the top 8. They have a common teammate who did not even qualify for this regional. Here we go. Atomic looking for VK Sailing as Team Queso. A lot to play for here. A big opportunity to get just a little bit closer to that top 6. But Demensa back the other way. Nothing doing there, and that's going to bounce by Atomic. Melashisu giving chase. That's guided off to the side, and that's very calmly played by VK Sailing. Maybe into the net, but Exotic made an acrobatic save.
So far in the opener, both teams giving equal amount of space there in the midfield. We saw a couple of pass plays turning into shots to try to test defense here. But as things go on, we'll see whether or not that may be a mistake. As right now, that's a long bomb. Melashisu, first goal goes to TrainHard.
TrainHard picking right up where they left off. I mean, they scored early and often in their first round matchup here in the lower bracket. And they've shown no signs of stopping whatsoever. Just a snipe from long range. Now the answer has to come from Team Queso, and that was not it. Whatever that was on the side. Exotic's already up for this. Boy, TrainHard just playing at a different speed today.
And that's not the first whiff we've seen this game. Keep in mind, we're only a minute in from Team Queso. Atomic will have to make a goal line save there, but yeah, it's been some very odd missed touches or just straight up whiffs coming out from Queso early. That's another example. Econ says free ball. Sure, it's going to be right in your net.
Good grief. This has gone south in a hurry for Team Queso. I don't think they've really arrived on the field yet and already find themselves down 0-2. A long game, though. 5 minutes can take an eternity, especially if you're trying to hold on to a lead against a team like Team Queso. We know they can score quick. They can't score if they don't have the ball, and Exotic's not willing to give it up. Finally does so off to the corner, but Melashisu's all over that. Econ to pop this back into the corner. Team Queso again struggles to find any semblance of possession or any offensive flow at all.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the carry from Demensa. It just looked very awkward. So does Atomic in the net, and it's playing around him. I'm getting flashbacks from the last series. One team dominating the other. This time it's TrainHard.
Open backboard is an open net. There is nobody there. There was nobody to help out on the goal line. Defense never had a shot. 3-0. Team Queso came into this series with such high hopes, expecting maybe play their way into the top 8 and put a dent maybe in the deficit in points, looking for top 6. Right now, they're just looking to put on any kind of a show here in the top 16, rather top 12. This is popped in front, but Econ's going to have that. This is not the start I think anybody expected, unless you are just the biggest TrainHard fan. There goes Demensa, looking for a demo. Atomic got a deflection as well, but Econ stopped VK Sailing from going for it. Now that bump inconsequential as Melashisu has the save. Defense stabilizes for TrainHard. Hey, that was Queso's best shot, and TrainHard deflected it.
Now we're halfway through game 1, and it does seem like Queso has stopped the bleeding, but one thing they need to stop is the scoring drought. Haven't been able to get anything really worth talking about on offense. They're sitting at 4 shots to TrainHard 7.
I'm surprised they have that many. Here goes Atomic right down the middle. Easy save for Exotic. I mean, hey, quality over quantity, especially. I mean, there are enough shots for Queso to be in this game, but not many quality shots. Not a lot of pace on those shots. Very easily saved by the defensive TrainHard.
Yeah, now TrainHard. I mean, it's not like they're doing anything special. It's mainly just been Team Queso kind of beating themselves down the press. Look at them. They sit in the house, and they finally get something for Demensa, get the first goal.
And it is far from over here in game 1. They finally get this going, working downfield as a team, get a little help from their friends across the way. They will take it.
I don't know if they should, though. I mean, you sit the entire house, everyone from Team Queso was in the TrainHard box. All it takes is 150 to go the wrong way, and then you've dropped a 4th goal. I mean, I understand that, you know, they have to do something. They are down by 3. But, man, I would not get used to that. Meanwhile, they're still with this aggressive positioning, but if Dimensa's scoring shots like that, I guess it's okay.
Told ya, this is not over. This team, we've seen them overcome some pretty big deficits all throughout RLCS. They got Sailing over there as well. A deadly striker in his own right. Dimensa's got a pair. Now it's game on in game 1. Better late than never. Atomic quickly downfield. Now it's Dimensa's turn yet again. Sailing lurking in midfield. They gave it away to him, but Exotic got in front to make the block. Still have numbers downfield though. Sailing trying to keep this possession alive with 48 to go. Now Dimensa. Gonna have Atomic coming up across the way, and Meloshisu up just yesterday to stop that one.
Oh,
now Atomic. Oh, here we go. Flip reset. Didn't get it off.
So close. This is scary. Econ diving for that, but it's actually a good challenge. Now 30 seconds left. Meloshisu gets a free touch. Follow up. Exotic way off target. And now we might even see a counterattack coming in. VK Sailing with the carry. Flip reset. And Meloshisu with the stop.
Oof. They are knocking on the door with 13 to go. Atomic floating one up there. Sailing waiting patiently.
Oh!
Sailing's there! And we're tied!
VK Sailing coming up big here. It's so hard to read. It's a lot of speed on the touch from Atomic. He has to beat out 2 there. And VK Sailing makes the mid-air adjustment, still has the dodge. And just like that, Team Queso go from 0-3 to 3-3. We're tied up with 7 seconds left.
3-goal comeback in 90 seconds. And this will force overtime in game 1. Exactly the way it was scripted.
It's only game 1.
Oh, boy. Sign me up for the encore. Here's VK Sailing. Popped up by Exotic. Econ waiting patiently on the backboard. That's going to be awkward. Drive is going to be just wide. VK Sailing again. Threw it out in front, and Atomic wins it for Team Queso. An incredible comeback.
Unbelievable. VK Sailing dancing around the defense. Atomic has a lane, and he sends it home. Absolute burst of offensive prowess from Team Queso, and they steal game 1.
TrainHard could not possibly lose this game until they did. What a comeback from Team Queso, led by Dimensa and VK Sailing. Boy, oh boy. And that's the opener? Let's go.
Unbelievable. But, you know, for TrainHard, this definitely is something that is going to be in their heads here, at least for a little bit. You have everything going for you in the opener. Team Queso was playing sloppy. It just seemed like, okay, we just have to kill the clock, then go next into game 2. They even had some really good opportunities that they created on their own. But Team Queso starts from 1 goal, and then it continues to build and build. And next thing you know, you're in overtime, and the ball's getting shot in your net from Atomic. TrainHard have to slow down this momentum from Queso. That was a big win for them.
A lot of teams, and many that we saw earlier today, would have folded in the position Team Queso was just in. They came back and scored 4 unanswered goals in about 2 minutes of game time and win in OT. And now TrainHard's got to bounce back from that, as you mentioned, Daz. That's got to be just a colossal hurdle to overcome. But as I've said many times so far today, we're dealing with professionals. These guys have seen quite a few things on the competitive front. This will angle downward. Dimensa couldn't get the read. And now here goes Exotic, trying to play around 1. He does. He's trying to stall for teammates to get in. Econ's coming on, and he just plays it off to the side. Didn't like the angle he had.
Oh, okay. That was a little nerve-wracking there from TrainHard. But wait, Econ, or Exotic, tried to set up Econ. Econ couldn't get there in time. Meloshisu follow up. Atomic will be able to get the clear. Is that all the way in? Exotic has to make a goal line save. Pressure still on. Another save from him. And look at the transition from Team Queso, looking deadly here in game 2.
Critical touch of that ball coming off the crossbar and boomed away, giving TrainHard at least a chance to break out quickly downfield. They kind of caught Queso by surprise. Credit to Team Queso. They did not fold defensively. This is awkward. Angling down. Waterfall. VK Salen capitalizes off a blunderous touch at midfield.
Yeah, look at Melo Shizu trying to be fast, but sometimes it's just better to let the ball go. And that was a situation just like that. VK Salen takes clear advantage of it. And now Queso start things off. They continue to build upon the success in game one.
I'd like to welcome those of you back who went to make a sandwich when it was 3-0 TrainHard in game one. Your eyes do not deceive you. Queso in front of the series and now in the game as Econ pops this one back to midfield. VK Salen lurking. Oh, he threw that over to Atomic, and Atomic had no faith as he was starting to cheat over towards the left side. So now Exotic looking for anybody. There's nobody downfield. TrainHard, they look snake bitten right now. They are just hesitant to move up at this point.
Yeah, I mean, one dropping the lead like that now, it just seems like they are the ones that are on the scoring drought here. From their early goals in game one, I think they're on about a 5-minute scoring drought of their own. So now it's about rebuilding that offensive success. But it's hard to do that when Queso just playing with so much speed and purpose behind every single touch.
Econ is with this, so Exotic has to bring it all the way back to his own end, trying to pinch this downfield. He does not. Queso will just knock it right back into Mensa. Had to pay the price with a demolition for his efforts. But then team's back to full strength before TrainHard could even think about getting downfield. And a laser of a shot saved by Exotic. Follow-up is saved by Exotic as well. Econ had to avoid Demensa. Now he can finally work downfield. But all of a sudden, TrainHard, they get across the midfield line. They're all out of boost. They're all out of position. They're all out of sorts. And pretty soon they're going to be out of time here. Minute 40, still a lot to work with. Queso hadn't scored yet by this point. And they ended up winning that game. This bounces through, and that's the opportunity Econ was looking for.
It's not pretty, but it'll work. That one, a misread, and I think Exotic really helps out with the bump there on Demensa. Econ able to get at the tying goal, and TrainHard able to at least build here, get some offense going, and now maybe we have a ball game in game two.
These two teams are destined in their first ever meeting in RLCS X to just have every game go to the wire, apparently. This goes right across the middle. Dangerous ball as VK Salen's on it. Demensa running interference and it finds its way in. That ball had eyes.
Looking at this, I thought it was a fake. It's a light touch there from VK Salen, but he did pretty much play the fake. Threw off the defender. And I mean, once you got that trajectory, if you're a defender on that play, you have to play the ball. And unfortunately, TrainHard didn't do that. They give up a goal, 1:10 left. And the work that took them all game to build on, they're going to need it again, but with so much less time. I think that was VK Salen blocked out by Exotic.
Team Queso in the last 90 seconds of a game might be the best team in the world. They just got to do it for the other 3.5. Here goes VK Salen again. Oh, Econ. Great ball out to Exotic. Backboard. It was open, but Demensa delayed. Atomic up to challenge Melo Shizu. And it keeps the Queso squad in front, but now Econ. Again, that drops down towards Shizu. And Exotic's coming up as well. But nobody else to follow for the third one. Econ still got the shot off, and it's high and wide, just off the corner of the frame. Absolute heartbreak for TrainHard.
And now they got to go the length of the field. I love the play, though. Melo Shizu went for a bump to set up Econ. He had a sliver of a second, but now there's a play downfield. Maybe we can see one here, but Demensa's looking to clear it out on top of the ball. Ball downfield. Exotic. Double. Straight down. No follow-up. And Team Queso straight by game two.
Whew. That's as good a look as you're going to get in the closing seconds of a game when a team should be just kind of in the shell a little bit to make sure they don't get burned. It works out for Team Queso at least. VK Salen adds another couple of goals. Couple of saves as well. Demenza, as amazing as he was, drops 74 in-game score. I assure you, he was far more relevant than that in this game. Team Queso 1 win away, somehow, from going into the top 8 tomorrow.
You know, I mean, on the other side of things, Melo Shisu dropped the exact same score.
He sure did.
I think everyone has that player on their team here. And I honestly, just seeing how this has gone, you know, for TrainHard especially, they get so close, but it's just a slight mistouch here or there that throws them off. They have been making adjustments, though, especially after the Game 1 loss. They couldn't walk away with Game 2, and now they're probably the worst possible position. Match point versus Team Queso. But that's not saying that they're out the woods, as Team Queso has shown signs of slipping on their own, and TrainHard has been able to take advantage of it when presented.
Queso has done this without Atomic being a major player on the offensive end, which is stunning because he has been the leader throughout this entire split for Team Queso. Only better would be Ronicky, Extra, and Monkey Moon. That's pretty elite company to be in here. Granted, it is only the second out of the 3 regionals. Demenza now, dispossessed by Econ. Now Atomic, sealing, and immediately Melo Shisu knows how dangerous Atomic is, not willing to give him space. Melo's shot blocked by Demenza. That's going to force Exotic back, and he had to turn and challenge quick because Atomic was right there.
Atomic almost had a follow-up off of that, too. Would have been a fantastic goal if scored. But this one's getting a little scrappy to start. Possession changes have been moving. No solid rotations, but that's a free shot. And VK Salem almost scores. Follow-up Atomic. Does he have the double? No. Melo Shizu knocks it away.
Always a threat from anywhere. Demenza thrown in front. Atomic goes across. Does not make contact. Now Exotic and Econ. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of... I got it. No, I got it. Okay, you got it. No, you got it. Oh, he got it. VK Salen's got it. 1-0.
Yeah, I can't say anything to that.
That's my comms all the time.
Oh, my goodness.
The only difference is I'm not playing in a lobby with VK Salen. Thank God for that. Salen thrown in front, but Atomic didn't commit. Melo Shisu will block. Team Queso. Boy, they have had such a surge since the latter half of Game 1. It has been a different team.
Yeah. Seeing Team Queso in that opener, again, I said it. It looked like they were beating themselves. And now you see them, you know, playing up to par. And now TrainHard are forced to really try to break through a team that finally found their footing. And that's where the struggle lies for them. They haven't necessarily seen any flukes or any holes in Team Queso. They're trying here, and Exotic will force his way in. Tied up game.
This is a fantastic play by Exotic. He knows he needs to stall for a little bit of time, so he waits and waits and waits, lets Econ get into the play, finally can commit, and TrainHard are right back in this series.
That's much needed for TrainHard, especially at the bottom half of Game 3. Maybe they could turn this into something more. Team Queso can't give them space, and oh my, they're giving Econ space. His shot hasn't really necessarily been on target, but if he can find that accuracy, he's in so many good positions where he has freedom to shoot wherever he wants to. All he has to do is put on that right place shot, and next thing you know, you can see TrainHard take the lead.
Good demolition by VK Salen, but it ultimately results in nothing. That is better defense out of TrainHard. Similar play as the pass goes in for Melo Shisu, but shots wide. This is also wide, and Shisu had to get back, just barely did. Now it's Econ. Over one, forcing Atomic back. Melo Shisu floating one mid, and VK Salen with excellent control. The defense we're seeing out of these two teams really is superb. This game, all 3 of these games could have been absolute shootouts. Only one has been, and only because Queso basically turned it into a separate game in the final 2 minutes.
Yeah, you talk about what they're doing. Econ flip reset blocked out from Atomic. Atomic will clear this one away, but defense has been on. I mean, look at this even from Melo Shizu. He keeps the ball close, carries it to a teammate. Teammate's able to clear it downfield. They're clearing it to teammates and turning it into shots as Melo Shizu had to block a laser from Demensa. It's a minute remaining, and both teams are giving it their all.
I mean, there is no room for any lapse, even a millisecond. You have to be laser focused over the final 44 seconds here. Demensa looking for a teammate, none over there, so it's Econ's ball all the way. Got Exotic out of the corner, might be for himself. No, Demensa right down the middle. Everybody's back a little bit. No, Salem was up, but could not play the ball any further. Here goes Econ again, waiting for Exotic to come in. They have been lagging just a little behind on the play, and it's cost TrainHard some opportunities. Cost him one there. Now Atomic. Oh, that's great. Back to VK Salen. Maybe looking to win the game in the series.
Oh,
it's
boy.
loose in front. Econ's in trouble, and Exotic bailed him out. Follow up. Econ couldn't stop it. Demensa might have just put Queso into the top 8.
And you can tell right as you saw that first play open up, then comes the pass and Demensa to the lower right corner. Beautiful placement at a beautiful time for Queso. 5 seconds left.
Your best kickoff play. Gotta have it here. Somebody's gotta run on. It's a chance and deflected away. Demensa saved the series and puts Queso into Championship Sunday. Incredible performance.
Yeah, you talk about Team Queso. Bad start going to game number 2 after winning the game 1. And again, TrainHard still trying to battle back, but most of it is just Team Queso again finding their form. And that's a big factor of this because once they end up taking leads, TrainHard tried to go on very risky plays to see if they could, throw off the Team Queso defense. Rotation wasn't there at times. They got caught slipping a little bit, and all it takes is one opportunity for Queso to build upon. And that offensive pressure that they're able to output is just too much for TrainHard's defense.
Team Queso was pronounced dead on arrival coming into this series. They looked so flat for 3 minutes, and then all of a sudden, one shot found its way through, then another, and one more in OT, and that was it. TrainHard just looked shocked the rest of the series. Credit to them. They got into the top 12. Their spot is secure for the 3rd regional. So at least they get another go-around at this, but this one's got to sting just a little bit.
Yeah, imagine, having the start that TrainHard had as well, and then the rest of the games in the series being so close, but still not able to really close anything out. It's a really tough series there for TrainHard, but it also shows you how much room that team has to grow and their potential as a roster. So, yeah, I do think that for them, it's not the best result, but, it's one that they'll be looking back on and hopefully improving on.
We've got one more match on our side here. One more lower bracket match to send somebody through into the top 8. Championship Sunday on the line between Guild and White Demons. Don't miss it. It's up after this.